Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. Am I coming in loud and clear? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I need to also adjust the audio for the background music. I just want to have some chillaxy music in the background while I get to talk about, you know, that thing that we just saw. Vibe check, you know? Yeah. Yeah, let me tone down the music a bit, sorry. Probably a little too loud, right? How's that? Let me adjust my own headset here. You know, someday I'm gonna need to get a webcam so that I can do more of these video discussions kind of thing. The thing is, I don't normally do video discussions, so I mean, this is one of those special occasions kind of thing because, well, when do I ever actually update on the status news, you know? You don't need me to tell you that a certain Cereza 3 thing is coming out, you know? I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you guys do. Hold on, I think the music may be a little too loud again. Oh, I don't know. I just want to have some music playing here, but I'm gonna mute the music anyway when I start talking about the trailer, right? Let's see. So we're all here to talk about the Mario Golf update, right? Yeah. We are here to talk about Mario Golf. It's like, it's honestly amazing how that game is turning out. I mean, there's only so much you could do with a game where you whack balls on a grass, you know, all that shit. Okay, so before we begin, you know what? I'm gonna pause this because the first thing I want to do is just watch the trailer. We're all gonna watch the trailer together so that we could just see everything unfold. Actually, before anything, let me get my glasses. I forgot to wear my glasses. Hold on. Where did I put my goddamn glasses? It's somewhere over here. Like, seriously. Oh, here it is. Found it. Oh yeah, my brother is going nuts over the my brother's going nuts over the cast for the Super Mario Brothers movie, and he's just eating up all of the memes going on right now. He's showing me pictures of the memes and they're just so freaking hilarious. Hold on. I'm gonna ask him to send me one of those pictures. Hey, Stevie, send me that picture of Gino. Please. Okay, there we go. So my brother's gonna send me those pictures in a minute. No, don't switch. Hold on. Where is it? Here we go. I fucking love this picture. This shit is amazing. Eric Andre is Gino. Who would have thunk, man? You didn't know that the movie was gonna go into this obscurity. I mean, holy shit, man. They remember Gino and Eric Andre doing the voice. My man, because Eric Andre's from Florida and I love this dude. Oh god. Anyway, let's watch that trailer. Hold on. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is nothing about this looks like Bayonetta at all. I mean, what the fuck is up with this, man? PlatinumGames, you're lying to me. I mean, first of all, everyone online keeps saying this is the next Bayonetta game, but I don't see it. I'm gonna turn the volume down on this. I mean, seriously, I don't get it. I remember everyone online kept saying this is the next Bayonetta. But every time I see the gameplay footage for this, all I can think of is it's probably more along the lines of Code Vein, Monster Hunter. I don't know. I will say, though, the Switch graphics are pretty impressive. I mean, look at this. This looks like I'm running it off of my computer at 60 FPS. Damn, man. I don't know what Nintendo... I don't even know what PlatinumGames are doing to use all that voodoo magic to run the game at such high levels, you know? Oh yeah, you don't see any aerial combat, so yeah, whole big doubts about how that Bayonetta game is gonna turn out. Okay, I've held off on my joke for too long. Hold on. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Let's actually watch the actual trailer. Here we go. So this is the one everyone was looking at. All right, so I'm just gonna let the trailer play out. Let me lower the volume a bit too, because damn, I'm sorry, I'm doing this at like the very last second, because seriously, I ran home so I could do this stream. So I do apologize if the audio is like off-centered or off-balance. You know, I'm trying to keep it together, you know, because like just to be clear, I am excited about Bayonetta 3 news, and I was fucking screaming in my car when I saw the trailer. But then when I got home, you know, I live with a family that doesn't like it when I am excited and screaming and whatnot. So I have to keep it together. But now that everyone is out of the house, I can just sit here, chill, and just talk shit about this. So I'm gonna let the trailer play out, okay? So, actually, no, I'm not going to do the frame-by-frame analysis. We're just going to let the trailer play out. Then I'll do the frame-by-frame thing, okay? But I will talk a little bit about this. I don't even know what to say. I'm just speechless. Like, when I saw this, I couldn't make heads or tails of what was going on. What I will say is that I can tell when this is a game being made by Platinum, there's just something about the models, the texture, the colors that they use that's just very distinct. You know, you look at this and I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this looks like Vanquish. This looks like Metal Gear Rising. So right from the start, I knew this is it. This was it. This has to be a Bayonetta trailer. You know, like even the aesthetics of these monsters look like something that you know PlatinumGames would be creating. Not to mention, if you look carefully in the background, there were signs that say Platinum. And I love that bait and switch. No doubt everyone saw this and they were like, what? Astral Chain 2? But no, as soon as we go into Witch Time, it was it, baby. It was it. Here we go. The one and only Bayonetta. And honestly, I love this new look. I love how instead of going for the sexy route, although I know some people can argue and say this is sexy in its own right, I feel like she's going for a more cute Lolita kind of thing, which I have nothing against. And I am glad that the gameplay is looking like it's going to be a solid 60 frames per second. So within those 4 years of waiting, I can say that everything's looking like it's turning out great. And look at that. All of this just looks incredible. Oh, and by the way, I wish I could have been here to watch the direct live, because I'm pretty sure I could have done a reaction video and you guys would have just seen me going. But unfortunately, I couldn't see it live. I was busy with certain things and shit. So yeah. And honestly, I cannot pretend to sound like I'm being hyped. But believe me, I am hyped. I'm excited. This is looking great. In its own merits. On its own merits. It's looking fantastic. And these monsters are wild. Holy shit, man. The fact that you could control this spider, I mean, seemingly control it. And look at that. We have the same button commands for the torture attack. And this logo, mwah, this logo is beautiful. I've seen fan logos for Bayonetta 3 and they look garbage. But not this, man. Not this. This is true design. For a split second, I actually thought the producer was Yuji Naka. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? The creator of Sonic is going to get involved? But nah, it's Yuji Nakao. And what's very interesting is the director here is going to be Yusuke Miyata. I need to look into his history, but from what I read from PlatinumGames blog, this is his debut as a director. So that's kind of interesting. So I'm not going to do frame by frames analysis just yet. I just wanted to pause on that little bit. And here I actually thought that they were going to go, nope, it's going to be 2021. But nah, that wasn't what they were going to do. But look at that. Oh, who could that be? All right. So, man, there is just so much to unpack from this trailer. Like, holy shit, man. Oh, can I just say, it feels incredible to finally breathe a sigh of relief that after 4 years of waiting, we finally get information on Bayonetta 3. Like, a new trailer that gave us everything we could have ever wanted. The only next best thing they could have done is say, hey, the game's coming out in 2 days. That would have made me go nuts. But, you know, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But just the trailer alone is already enough for us to really start soaking in everything. You know what I mean? It's like, on the internet, people were saying, oh, development is going smoothly. That must mean that the game is in development hell. The game is likely canceled. The game is going to go away the way of the dinosaurs, just like Scalebound. And I was just sitting in the back eating popcorn going, y'all brothers and sisters did not suffer the wait like I did for Shenmue 3, okay? Don't talk to me and say that 4 years is forever. But I don't want to be that asshole and say my game is better than your game or my time was better than your time. I understand fully how painful it is to wait for a game with no information. Whether it's 4 years, 5 years, 15 years, the wait is painful. But I'm so glad that we can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that this game is not going to be canceled. It's not going to be destroyed. It's not going to be scrapped. No, development was definitely going smoothly. And by the way, I bet you anything that's a line that Bayonetta is going to say in the game. You know that's a little tongue-in-cheek reference that only PlatinumGames will deliver to us, okay? Write it down, stick it on a burger, eat it. You know that's what they're going to do. Oh my god. So now that we saw the trailer, let me do a little frame by frame analysis. I'm going to do my best to just talk about what I saw because I'm not good at analyzing shit. I might probably overanalyze. And I know a lot of you guys are interested in seeing what I think because I'm certain a lot of you guys know that I'm a little indifferent about Bayonetta 2. You know how much I really don't like that game. Every time I talk about Bayonetta 2, I know a lot of people are like, oh God, this guy hates Bayonetta 2. But the funny thing is, you know, as much as I like to joke around and say Bayonetta 2 is garbage, in reality, I think Bayonetta 2 is a fine game. It's not better than 1, that's for sure. But in its own merits, Bayonetta 2 is definitely a good game, and it's definitely the kind of game that was designed to bring in players who are new to the action game scenery. So that's totally fine. But that all being said, the one thing I want Bayonetta 3 to have, I don't want Bayonetta 3 to be 1-to-1 identical to Bayonetta 1. I don't want that. You know, I keep saying that Bayonetta 1 is a better game, but that doesn't mean that I want Bayonetta 3 to be more like 1. I want 3 to be more than just 1. I want it to be more than just 2. I want it to be a game that not only stands out from the other 2 games, but it has gameplay that's worth investing in. And I want it to be gameplay that feels highly rewarding to master. Because that was my problem with Bayonetta 2. It didn't feel rewarding to master. I can get really good at Bayonetta 2, but a lot of the times I feel like I'm being held back by certain things that the game just likes to throw at me, and I just get frustrated because it's like, come on, man, let me express myself. Let me do these aerial combos. Let me do these stomps, these blibbity the blebbles. Let me do all that shit. But no, the game sort of just has this weird momentum where the only way to do any stylish combos is to play defensively before going on the offense with Umbran Climax. And baby, that's just not good to me. I don't want that. I want a game where all the utility that Bayonetta has works just as well as any other, and that I can be able to kick ass without the need of witch time, without the need of Umbran Climax, just the pure adrenaline rush from Bayonetta herself. That's what I want. And if they're going to change up the gameplay so that it is different from 1 and 2, that's fine. I don't need the game to be just an aerial rave juggling game. I just want it to be rewarding. I want it to be a game that makes me feel like, damn, I'm being rewarded for being good. Games like Wonderful 101 do a tremendously good job doing that. You know what I mean? That's what I love about Bayonetta 1. And I love games like Wonderful 101. I love Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. They all feel rewarding to improve. But Bayonetta 2 doesn't do it for me. Bayonetta 2 doesn't do it to me. Oh shit, there's some people coming in that I wasn't even looking at. I was just talking without even looking at the chat, and I just noticed that Devil Never Cry showed up. D Cosmic showed up. Holy shit, guys. Thank you so much for stopping on by. I'm just a I know that I said DMC 2, but even that game can be a little rewarding. I know it's a little funny that I mentioned that, but hear me out. Hear me out. There's some videos that I've seen where people have actually put in the practice to make 2 look really good. And I know the same thing can be said about Bayonetta 2, so I'm not going to fend off and say, oh, DMC 2 is garbage all the way. There's some reward behind that, even if it's dumb. Anyway, let's go frame by frame by the trailers, like, let's do that. So, first of all, I love that it says 101 Wonder right here. You know what that's a reference to, right? That's right, Zoe 101. Damn, PlatinumGames really tapping into the Nickelodeon charm. And at such a right time, too, because the Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl game is coming out. And holy shit, man, we can't wait for that game. I really hope that iCarly is in that game. All right, so I know a lot of people are coming in and they're starting to say that DMC 2 is a hot garbage game. You know what? I take back what I said about 2. I was in the heat saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without realizing that 2 is garbage. I'm sorry. I'm just so hyped because holy shit, man. Things are just like exploding and shit, Things are exploding and oh my god, like all my friends are messaging me right now. Everyone's here like, dude, the Bayonetta 3 trailer just dropped. And I'm like, I know! Yes, Bayonetta 3 dropped. What do you think about it? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Bayonetta. I guess I must like Bayonetta 3. Mm-hmm. But no. Seriously speaking, I love that there's a little Wonderful 101 reference here. And there was a Wonderful 101 reference in Bayonetta 2 as well. But I'll go into that in later date. And by the way, the moment I saw that it said Platinum here, I knew that we were in for a Bayonetta 3 treat. And to be honest, I feel a little spoiled because just before this trailer dropped, we got that very interesting leak from Nintendo that said that, Bayonetta 3 had a release date alongside Kirby. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck, man. I got spoiled. But then at the same time, it's like, we still don't know if we were going to see Bayonetta 3 news, But here it is. Yeah, Nintendo's so good at leaking shit. They really need to stop that. They need to take some cues from Sega. Surprisingly enough, Sega's really good at keeping secrets because we still don't know jack shit about Sonic Rangers. Oh, and I do want to do a rundown of some of excuse me. Oh God. When I was running home, I swung by to grab a sandwich and I just swallowed that shit whole. So, oh God. Anyway, let's see. What more can I talk about here? By the way, when I saw that dog, I was sitting here going, I don't know if this could be Bayonetta 3 or are they going to do a bait and switch and give us Project GG? Because if you remember in the trailer for Project GG, we saw that little dog. What was it? What type of dog is it called? It's a Shinaba, right? A Shinaba? I'm so sorry. There's a lot of things that I forget when it comes to the names. But when I saw that dog, I was like, no way, man. Are they going to just toss out Project GG at us? A Shiba. Stop saying Shiba Inu. Shiba. Okay. So everyone is correcting me. Yes. Okay. I'm a dumbass. I don't know jack shit. Okay. Oh my God. 75 viewers. Holy crap, man. Where did you people come from? Usually when I stream, I only have like 2 or 3 people, but suddenly there's 70 of you. I'm thankful. If the 70 of you that are here watching this stream, I hope you guys can stick around because I will be playing Bayonetta 1, so I could just, you know, relieve myself. I don't know if that's the right word. Just so I could tranquilize myself, you know? Feel more at peace. Because I'm so hyped. My legs are shaking. My arms are shaking. Like, holy crap. So as we continue with this trailer, the moment I saw the subtitles down here, when I saw the subtitles here, I knew it was going to be a Bayonetta game. Because this is the exact same font that they use for the closed captioning or the subtitles for the other 2 games. Same exact font. I forgot the name of the font, but I know that that's the font that they use. So the moment I saw it, I was like, it's Bayonetta 3. It can't be any other game. It's gotta be Bayonetta 3. The visuals are straight up platinum. The texture, the color, the enemy designs, the models, it is straight up PlatinumGames. No, there's just something distinct about this that makes me go, it's PlatinumGames. Are you sure? I could have sworn I've seen this trailer. I mean, not trailer, subtitle in Bayonetta 1 and 2. I know Bayonetta likes to use this font called Corina, but I know I've seen this somewhere in Bayonetta as well. By the way, that thing morphing there looks really sick. And definitely, I'm getting so much Project GG vibes because I know Project GG, they're trying to go for this thing where they want to do like the Ultraman kind of thing with the giant monsters. So I can't tell if this is supposed to be a shout out or just an accidental coincidence. It's in a bunch of Japanese games. MGSV also used something like that. Okay, so maybe I should retract what I said about the subtitle. But I'm being honest with you guys. When I saw that font, I felt more comfortable with believing it was Bayonetta 3. What I think about the new setting, it looks great. I'm digging the post-apocalyptic city. Well, I don't know if it's post-apocalyptic. More like we're in a war zone. We're in ground zero. Something's going on where the city is destroyed this time, man. And normally when we watch Bayonetta in action, the city is in danger, but we never actually see it get destroyed. Even in Bayonetta 2, when you're fighting against Gamora, after that fight is done, it looks like the city is all clean, you know? Oh, I love that little cheeky reference. You can't have a PlatinumGames game without the letter P somewhere in the game. And look at that. When everyone saw that. I haven't seen the video reactions from other people. I'm not the kind of person that likes to look at reaction videos, but I'm going to make one of those I'm going to make those exceptions for this one because I really am curious to see how other people are I want to see how other people reacted to seeing that dog, because I know there's rumors that, well, I don't even want to say it's rumors, but there's people that really want to see an Astral Chain sequel. So by dropping this little dog here, everyone's like, oh no, it's not going to be Bayonetta 3. It's going to be Astral Chain 2, isn't it? But you gotta admit, though, that looks really cool. And even if it wasn't a Bayonetta 3 trailer and it was an Astral Chain 2 trailer, I would have taken it because I like new games from PlatinumGames. And here we go. The moment we go into slow motion, that's when we get the reassurance that, nope, Bayonetta's coming in. And I love that reflection. You can see her reflection in the sword, and that looks really fucking cool. Now, I want to ask you guys something. I know that that Hellena Taylor was on Twitter saying that she was saying something that made people feel uneasy, and it makes people think that she's not going to come back and do the voice of Bayonetta. Do you guys think Bayonetta sounds different? Because when I listen to her, she doesn't sound quite the same as before, but she still sounds familiar. I love that outfit a lot. It's not her. It's not her, right? Yeah, that's the thing that has me weirded out. A lot of people are saying it's not her. A lot of people are saying it is her. I honestly don't know. It could be that maybe it's like I said before in my last tweet a long time ago, that perhaps this is not the Bayonetta that we recognize. Maybe it's a different Bayonetta from an alternate timeline, and as a result, she has a different voice. But if it is Bayonetta and they simply replaced her, then I do feel bad that Hellena Taylor got replaced. It is a shame, and hopefully this new voice actress can fill in the gap. It's not going to be the same without her, but you know. I know some people online were saying, bruh, she looks like Cereza. And yeah, well, obviously she looks like Cereza because she is Cereza. It looks like a penny because it is a penny. But no, obviously it's Cereza herself. But what I do like is that she now has that trademark drill hair. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. She decided to keep all of the elements of her younger self, and that's great. I really like it. And for me personally, I kind of feel like they're not going for the sexy route, and I know some people might look at this and say it looks sexy, but to me it feels more like she's going for the cute route, and I'm totally a-okay with that. It looks like a fantastic outfit. This is honestly great because it works to her strength. She has her long hair again. Because I know one of the biggest criticisms that people had with Bayonetta 2 is that, oh no, Bayonetta has short hair. That doesn't make sense. She's supposed to have long hair because she uses her hair to summon monsters. Well, guess what? I guess they took that to criticism and they decided, let's give her long hair to give more of a sense. And here's the other thing that I like. If you guys remember, when PlatinumGames were working on Bayonetta 1, they originally had Bayonetta with long hair, really long hair that flowed in the wind. But the problem they ran into was that the hair kept blocking Bayonetta herself. Her hair kept blocking her body, which made it really hard for the players to see what kind of attack she was doing. So they went back to the drawing board and they came out with this design where she had a beehive hairdo, which helped not only to present the idea that she has lots of hair, it's just all contracted within that beehive, but that beehive hair also resembles that of a witch's hat. So it works on many different levels. Now for this new look, they decided to make it so that her hair is more attached to her body so that it's not flowing in the wind so that we can see all of her body language. And I think they did a great job of making it work here. It's so good. It's really, really good. I love it. You're going to hear me say I love it a lot because I don't know. I always say that a lot and I love it. All right, here we go. She looks gorgeous here. I feel like, I don't know if it's me, but looking at her face, she doesn't seem too cheeky. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using here. She doesn't look like she's being very tongue-in-cheek at first. She has a much more straight face kind of thing. But then the moment she winks at the screen, that's when you know that's pure Bayonetta. That is amazing. I love this look a lot. Everything about Bayonetta's traits are here. She looks cel-shaded, very different. I don't know if cel-shaded is the right word, but I get where you're coming from. Actually, I think cel-shading effects would actually give a benefit for Bayonetta because it helps us to distinguish a lot of the actions going on. Because my problem with Bayonetta 2 is that there is so much color. There is so much color in Bayonetta 2 that when everything starts to go into motion, everything just bleeds together, which makes everything a lot harder to see. You know, say what you will about Bayonetta 1's graphics, but the reason why the backgrounds were drab with brown and boring colors is to help the enemies who are golden and white stand out, allowing you to be able to get a better visual cue on the enemy's behavior. That's important. That is extremely important. But, you know, a lot of people complain about that, so they added more color in too. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I hope that there's a better color balance with Bayonetta 3. See, look, or hold on, I'm going to rewind it back a bit. We can get a good shot of her back. And her butt. I'm pretty... Oh, actually, you know what's interesting? Like, her clothing actually covers her butt now. So we can't even get a good look at that badonkadonk anymore. But I'm pretty sure that there will be some secret costumes for us to unlock so that we can get a good look at that booty. You know what I mean? We need that booty. Give me that booty. Anyway, from here, you can definitely see that they made her hairstyle attached to her body so that it doesn't block the player. It doesn't block the player's view of the character. And this is extremely important. You want to be able to get that visual cue for Bayonetta. And another thing that I like to bring up, because a lot of the complaints that people have with Bayonetta is that she's so greatly exaggerated that they probably exaggerated her long limbs because that just makes her sexy. And it's like, yeah, you can argue that that's the reason, but the actual more realistic reason as to why Bayonetta has exaggerated features is because it allows the animators to give her much more exaggerated movements to help give players a better visual clarity. You know, that is super important. Oh, a Lappy costume would be great. A Lappy costume for Bayonetta would be incredible. That would be awesome. And also, I saw someone here say, oh, they probably censored Bayonetta. Listen, I do not believe that Nintendo would censor Bayonetta. Nintendo gave PlatinumGames the freedom to do whatever they wanted with Bayonetta 2. Anything that went into Bayonetta 2's design, and Bayonetta 3 for that matter, is all PlatinumGames' decision. It's not Nintendo telling them, hey, dial it back. Because if you remember, in Bayonetta 2, PlatinumGames were worried that Nintendo were going to censor Link, the Link outfit for Bayonetta, so they decided to give Bayonetta a white shirt to cover her cleavage. But when they showed the Link costume to Nintendo, the Nintendo crew were like, why didn't you take off her shirt? We need to see that boobage. And PlatinumGames were shocked. They're like, what? Nintendo likes boobs? Okay, sure. Back to the drawing board. So with that little situation, I do not believe for a split second that Nintendo is censoring this game. Why the fuck would they censor a game that's already rated M for mature? That's just dumb. I know Nintendo is famous for trying to make sure that games would be kid-friendly, but they don't really tamper much with a lot of M-rated games, you know? Oh no, this video will be on demand. Don't worry, it'll be on YouTube. You guys can catch it later. I'm sorry if I'm rambling on and I'm not making sense of a lot of things. I'm speaking my mind right now. So if I slur my lines, I'm sorry. You know, that's just how I am. That kind of thing, you know. But honestly, if you guys have anything to say, start dropping questions, start dropping everything. I want to read what you guys have to say because everyone's just going wild over these trailers, over this trailer. And of course, you can't have Bayonetta without that signature pose. The moment she flipped her guns and went into that pose, I was in love. That's when you know that these people are doing a great job with keeping Bayonetta true to her roots. And by the way, I also want to talk about the UI. This UI is super interesting. They're definitely making this game stand out from 1 and 2. 1 and 2 has a very similar UI, you know, with the way they display the health bar for the bad guys, the health bar for you. But this time they made it where the enemy's health bar is on top of the enemy itself. That's a little different. It's pretty cool. But I hope that it doesn't really obscure the player's view. Because sometimes you can have... Because imagine for a second, like there's 20 enemies on screen. And all the enemies have those health bars. That can probably, you know... That can probably be a little distracting. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's not that distracting. And hopefully these health bars are only for like the giant enemies or something, you know? By the way, if you look carefully, actually, no, maybe I'm looking at something wrong here. I think That's her lock-on item or lock-on icon. Her lock-on icon in the first two games was a lipstick, but now it seems to be something different. It doesn't seem like it's an actual lipstick. It seems like it's like a bird. Do you think they got inspiration from Astral Chain? I definitely think there was some influence from Astral Chain in the development of this game. Oh yeah, so people are saying here it looks like a heart. Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up with the chat because you guys are like saying so much stuff. It's a womb. The lock-on is 3 graphics forming an upside-down triangle, it seems. Okay, the other thing that I noticed is, look at this now. Instead of the D-pad being a shortcut for items, now we have a D-pad that's dedicated to our Infernal Summon, or Infernal Demon Summon. So now it looks like we have more options in the kinds of creatures that we summon. They could probably be different types of summons for like a new version of the Umbran Climax, or maybe it's a type of summon for torture attacks. It is very interesting that now, instead of items being the shortcut, now we have something that's more focused on the combat, and that's really cool. I like that better than what we used to have, because honestly, I hated the shortcut, the D-pad being the shortcut for items. It was stupid because if you don't use items, well, then the D-pad ended up being useless. You know what I mean? But now they're making it where the D-pad is becoming more integrated into the combat system. How? I don't know just yet. But it's cool that they put a lot of thought into this. Just the D-pad alone. And that's good in my book. By the way, it looks like she still has that charge shot with her gun. Let's see. Because she's doing that pose. That's the pose you do when you tap the X button or the Y button if you're on a Nintendo controller. And that's for shooting out the little pitter-patter gunshots. And just like in Bayonetta 2, if you hold down the button, you release a much stronger charge shot. So they kept that here. That's good. And it has that laser shot looks incredible. Look at that. I feel like they took some cues from Bazillions for that visual cue. It looks fucking cool. Can't have Bayonetta without Witch Time. And the Witch Time effect looks pretty cool. I definitely think they dialed back on the special graphical effects for Witch Time, because in Bayonetta 1, whenever you go into Witch Time, the backgrounds would start to warp. But in Bayonetta 2, they removed that warp effect, probably to try to keep the Nintendo Wii U and the Switch from burning itself. Here, they dialed it back even further, where now you don't even have those bubbles. Instead, you just have this weird thing at the top of the screen. Oh, and I love those little things flying by. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm going to be pausing this thing like crazy. Look at that. I love that effect. This is pretty cool. Now you have a much more obvious sign that you just dodged into Witch Time. Now, by the way, she's fighting against a large monster, so I'm not expecting, any super amazing combat just yet, because when you're fighting against big monsters typically have giant super armor. So I'm not going to really dig into the combat system just yet until we get to the small enemies. But right now, it seems like her trademark branching combos are still here. They're alive and kicking. And she has her afterburner kick. She has that kick, that downwards kick. That's great. And just like with Bayonetta 2, the one thing that they also focused on is making sure that the enemy's body parts react when you hit them while in Witch Time. Also, I love the new UI for the combo points. Well, I like it and I dislike it at the same time, because now it sort of looks generic. Like, the little thing in the background looks cool, this little symbol thing here, but now the fonts are much more simplified. In fact, the font for this is simplified too. It's not even using the Karina font anymore. It's just Arial. I don't even know what font to call this. It just looks like a regular Arial font. And now she has a much more enhanced torture attack. Like, look at that. Now you have to mash X and A at the same time. XA, 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 XA. She probably has a new torture attack that is able to kill multiple enemies at once. Maybe. Previously, her torture attacks would only focus on one enemy at a time. But what if now we have a special torture attack that takes care of all the enemies in the vicinity? Ooh, that might be something, you know? Okay, here we go. Now we have some small enemies. Oh, and by the way, I love that she's fighting inside the subway. Or not even a subway, a monorail. And one thing I noticed here is that the camera no longer moves around Bayonetta in this segment. They traded the moving camera for a more stable camera that's similar to Devil May Cry 3, which to me is a good idea, because one of the problems that people have with Bayonetta 1 and 2 is that the camera is always freely moving around, which makes it hard to move to control, so it can sometimes act a little erratic. So now maybe when you're inside small hallways, the camera will be in a fixed position to make sure that it doesn't interrupt what the player's trying to do, and that's a good thing. These combos look great. Here's the first part that I'm worried about. Hold on. Here's the first part that I'm worried about. I'm going to try to slow it down. Her attacks look really cool. But then we get to the sweep kick. Okay, that kick looks cool. That's like a swift kick to the face. That's the same kick that Shadow did to Silver in Sonic 06. This sweep kick right here. Notice, actually, no, hold on. I was going to say that maybe the enemy doesn't fall, but no. Look, I think that trip is making the enemy fall to the floor. Oh, if the trip actually makes the enemies fall, we might actually have a combat that's more similar to the first game. Because in Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta sweep kicks doesn't make the enemies fall. Or at least it doesn't make them trip the way it should in the first game. But no, here it looks like the trip is genuinely working again. It's happening really quickly though, so I can't say for sure. And it doesn't help that there's so much flash on the screen, so it's really hard to say. And then she does that uppercut. And sure enough, that uppercut makes the enemy go up. So at the very least, we do know that some of the smaller enemies can react to your uppercuts. So that's good. I think that's a new circle command. Hold on. I really hope that PlatinumGames listen to the criticism of Bayonetta 2. The thing that worries me is that we have a new director for Bayonetta 3, and it's his debut. It's his directorial debut. So we don't know what kind of mindset this guy has for Bayonetta 3. We know Yusuke Hashimoto worked on Bayonetta 2 as the director, and Yusuke Hashimoto tends to be the kind of guy that enjoys the flashier style of gameplay, because before Bayonetta 2 he had worked on other games where he designed the cinematics to make him flashy, so he was a good choice for Bayonetta 2. But because of his sense of direction, he wanted to make the combat feel flashy, or I should say he wanted to make the combat look flashy but not feel flashy. You know what I mean? And so I can't really say much about this new director just yet because, again, it's his directorial debut. And I know he worked on Astral Chain and The Wonderful 101, but I need to know more about what he did with those games, because ultimately Hideki Kamiya was the one that worked on the combat system for Wonderful 101. In fact, Hideki Kamiya even threw in the multi-unite system at the very last minute. I'm talking the 11th hour implementation. Hey, Gui Gandhi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Man, so many people are coming in here tonight. You guys are really excited for Bayonetta 3. I mean, I am too, but holy shit. So far, it's looking a little promising. There's really not much we can take out of this, you know? It's just really hard. The thing that sucks is that she's in a very tight space, so even if she was able to launch the enemy into the air, we don't know if she was going to be able to do any air combos. Now we're back to the giant enemy. That spin attack looks sick. And here we go. Here's something that kind of looks like Umbran Climax. Only this time, instead of pushing a button, or I should say pushing the left bumper button like you could in Bayonetta 2, now it looks like you have to press the D-pad to summon one of your monsters. And it looks like this monster is related to Gamora. At least I think, because you can see here that it's highlighted. And look at that. That is good. Hold on. I don't know if this is a very specific thing that you can do, because, you know, I hate when there's like contextual attacks where the enemies only behave because of where you're positioned. But if this is not contextual, the fact that this enemy flies away from you after that punch, look at that, flying away. That's a good sign. At least I hope so. I hope this is not just some weird contextual thing that you can only do when you're in this position. Because previously, when you're using Umbran Climax in Bayonetta 2 and you finish off an enemy, they fall over, but they do not fly the way this guy does. It could just be her normal weaves too. Demon Slay. I gotta read up on the interviews. You gotta remember right now, I just literally sat down and started watching this trailer and analyzing it. So I haven't read the blogs. I haven't read what Kamiya said. I haven't read up on any of that stuff. So forgive me. But if you guys want to, link that stuff to me on Twitter and I'll read it up. Or link it to me on Discord, Twitter, YouTube, anything, any way you can just message me. Just drop all that shit and I'll catch up on that stuff, okay? Oh, I can smell the pepperoni. Anyway. I'm sorry. Let me get some water. Hold on. I'm sorry, because like I said earlier, I ate a sandwich all at once. I ordered a Chase pepperoni sandwich from Subway because I hadn't eaten anything all day and I was hankering for some weird shit. So, yeah. All right. That monster looks cool. Or Angel. Bruh, this Angel looks like Reinhardt's costume from Overwatch. You just gotta love this dance. And there she is saying Avavado. They're not angels? They're not angels. Are they demons? Or are they something completely different? And look at Gamora here. This looks awesome. This looks cool, but I'm really hoping it's not just some basic minigame. Because in Bayonetta 2, when you fight against the Lumen Sage, and you go into that one little funny punch-out segment, it was a really cool, quirky moment, but it was really basic in the grand scheme of things. All you had to do was press one button for the left punch, one button for the right punch, and just dodge. It was super basic. I'm hoping that the giant summon isn't just a little funny minigame moment. I really hope that this is something that's integral to the entire game. You know what's funny? I feel like they're probably trying to take cues from what Scalebound did. Because I know Scalebound was originally going to be a game where you can fight alongside giant creatures. And you can press buttons to make that giant creature do something. So maybe, just maybe, Bayonetta 3 might be taking cues from what the gameplay of Scalebound was originally going to have. At least I hope. I hope there's more to this than just a silly, quirky minigame moment. But it does look like you are involved with this fight. Because look, There's a button here that lets you, that commands you to make the monster do something. Look at this. Like, I feel like now, instead of just some quirky minigame, you're actually going to get involved in the fight while the monsters are fighting. And not just the background scenery like the Lumen Sage in Bayonetta 2. No, I think now they're making it where the big fights have you more involved with it. Look, notice how, like, there's something here. There's like a meter building up for like, notice how this icon has a meter building up. And there's a punch button here. And every time Gamora attacks, that meter starts to build up. And look, the symbol here changed. Instead of the punch button, now it looks like I want to say it's the kick button, but it doesn't look like the actual kick. I think it's just a picture of a gun. God damn it! Everyone keeps sending me messages. Stop it! I need to turn off my phone. I'm turning off my phone. All right. I don't got time for a booty call right now. All right. Nah, man, this looks fantastic. It really does look like you're gonna be more involved. Look at this. Now you can summon the bird. I keep forgetting the bird's name. I'm sorry. If you guys know the names, throw them out. I may be a big Bayonetta fan, but I have troubles remembering the enemy names. And I keep forgetting all the names, if anything. You know, like, what's the main character's name again? I think her name was Dante? Yeah, it's Dante. Malphus. Griffin. Yeah, it was Griffin. Totally Griffin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. You know how when you go into what was that called again? Bat Within. No, not Bat Within. When you turn into the crow, the bird, when you turn into the bird, you can summon these feathers. Bruh, imagine if now when you summon this feather, summon the bird, your feathers are more powerful, and it looks like that may be the case here. Now you have a much more powerful version of the feathers you can originally summon, the bird transform. That looks sick. It definitely looks like they're taking cues from Astral Chain and Scalebound's combat system, where now you're very much involved. You're very much involved with the monster fights instead of just seeing them fight in the background. I do hope that this doesn't mean that they're going to dial back on the combat system. I definitely want to be able to kick ass by myself as well. You know, do them crazy aerial raves. That looks cool. All right, so let's watch this part. Oh, again, this looks like a special summon that you can do with the bird, where if you press a button after building up a meter, now you can have the bird like summon a tornado. That looks sick. And then here we go. Here's no, don't tell me the name of the spider. I know this one. It was Phantasmagoria? No, Phantasmanoray. I always have troubles trying to pronounce it. I know it's Phantasma something. SPOODER, yeah, it's SPOODER. The giant SPOODER just swinging around and destroying things like a giant wrecking ball. And look, you can even, it looks like you're controlling it. At least I hope you're controlling it here. And then look, you get the torture attack, but it looks like that since the icon is attached to the bad guy, it looks like that you're able to do a torture attack with the giant monsters. Phantasmarani. I don't know how to pronounce that. Totally not a DMC1 Phantom. And look, she's riding on the goddamn missile. You can't help but enjoy it. Oh, okay. So it looks like that summon is for you, because when she pressed X and A, that's when this random missile out of nowhere just comes out, and then boom, just tracks right into that monster. Devil May Cry 5. Oh yeah, there's more clips here. Here's that minigame segment that Bayonetta is required to have. This pretty much resembles like that horse bit from Bayonetta 2 where, you know, you're going to have to be like dodging all the chaos. This looks cool though. The city and everything is just breaking apart. And it all ends with this giant climactic punch that we're not going to see. Let's see. So definitely all these familiar names are coming back. Yuji Shimomura, Hideki Kamiya is executive director. He's no longer the supervisor. That's something that's very interesting because with Bayonetta 2, Hideki Kamiya was just the supervisor. And he wasn't even the supervisor for the game. He was the supervisor for the story. But now he's the executive director. I wonder how involved he is going to be with this game. I do have high hopes for Yusuke Miyata. You know, I'm going to say, Yusuke Miyata, do your best. I'm sure you're not going to let us down. We also have Mari Shimazaki, Atsushi Inaba, and what I was saying earlier, Yuji Nakao. Wouldn't it be funny if Yuji Naka just came in here and one of the summons you can bring out is knights? That'd be something. And of course, we end it all with this little stinger. Now, everyone is saying that must be Dante or that must be Vergil. Nope, it's Jeanne. Come on. You guys don't think that's Jeanne? It has to be Jeanne. I mean, Bayonetta herself got a drastically new look. So you're going to tell me that Jeanne's not going to have a drastically new look? What I find interesting is this little thing here. Isn't that the little cat toy that Cereza used to have? Jin, that's Jin. Jin Kisaragi. Yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe it's not Jeanne, and if it's not Jeanne, well, hold on. Jeanne has tits. This character does not. Well, I mean, you can hide the tits with this kind of outfit. I mean, look how chunky this outfit is. I'm pretty sure you can hide tits in those. Someone here earlier said they don't like the UI for the game. I don't want to say I hate it, but I will say that it looks a little too simplistic. I feel like they stripped away a lot of the personality of the UI that we used to have in the first two games. But I get the feeling that the reason why they're toning down on the personality of the UI is because they want you to pay more attention to your scenery. Now that we're going to have giant monsters like terrorizing the city. Is it a dude? Maybe it is a dude. Who knows? I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being Jeanne. But if it's a totally different new character, cool. We'll definitely have some really cool stuff to see up ahead. The spikes on his jacket suggest maybe a biker motif. But it's interesting because Jeanne is a biker. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things about this that makes me think it could be Jeanne. Oh yeah, no glasses. Oh my god. You actually pointed out the one thing that could make or break this. She's not wearing... Well, Jeanne wears glasses, but she usually puts it on her forehead. Jeanne's son? I mean, that implies that Jeanne at some point fucked someone. But that's weird. I don't want my girls to be fucking people. No, man, no way. That they need to be clean Christian virgins. Regardless, though, like, I might be talking out of my ass. I feel like this could be Jeanne. If it's not Jeanne, I am still curious to see how this character is going to be tied into... I am curious to see how this is going to be tied into this storyline. But yeah, everything about this is looking great, man. It's still too early to say if the combat is going to be rewarding, but they definitely amped up the visuals. They definitely amped up the hypeness. They definitely amped up how engaging a lot of these fights look, you know. But for now, it is still too soon to determine if the combat is going to be anywhere as good as 1 and 2. And like I keep saying, I want to make it super clear. I don't want Bayonetta 3 to be identical to Bayonetta 1. I don't want 3 to be identical to 1. I seriously don't. You know, because then if it ends up having the same exact combat system as 1, then that'll just make me say, why didn't I just play Bayonetta 1 again? You know what I mean? I want Bayonetta 3 to have lots of cool things that within its own merits makes it an outstanding game to play. And not only that, I want it to have gameplay that is rewarding. So even if you can't do air combos, which I'll be a little sad if you can't, as long as the combos themselves feel rewarding to pull off, that's what matters most. The problem with Bayonetta 2 is that the combat doesn't feel rewarding to master, you know what I mean? In my opinion, something looks kind of off about the lighting, but it might just be me. Hey, Chaser Tech, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for stopping on by. Holy crap, man. So many people are just coming and going. Holy crap. I mean, the lighting is off, but I mean, I could chalk that up to, you know, early footage, which is funny because we're only a couple of months away until the game comes out. I mean, assuming that we're getting a February release. If not, then we have an entire whole year for this game. We still have an entire year for this game to continue development. You know what I mean? We're going to go back to the whole development is going smoothly until the next trailer. But yeah, so far I am liking what I'm seeing. Not a big fan of the simplistic UI, but I understand a little bit as to why they wanted to go for the simplistic route. They wanted to make sure that you could see more of the screen, which is a good thing. It's lacking personality, but the game itself more than makes up for that. Also, that symbol is very, very different. I kind of want to say that... I kind of really want to say this is not the Bayonetta we know and love. This could be a totally different Bayonetta altogether. This could be a Bayonetta of a different timeline. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a story theorist. If you want a person that does a great job breaking down the story and bringing up a lot of theories about the story, go look up Raccoon. He does a better job at doing that stuff. That's not who I am. I'm more about the gameplay. So if you want to learn about gameplay, I'm your man. And maybe that's why Bayonetta sounds different as well. Maybe she has a slightly different voice, or maybe she has a totally different voice because, again, it's a different alternative and a different alternate timeline Bayonetta. There's still so much to take in, you know? This trailer gave us a lot, and yet it gave us little. But that's what makes a trailer good. We're going to be speculating the hell out of this for the coming weeks. Holy shit, man. I love video games. But just remember, no matter how amazing this is, you should still play Wonderful 101. Anyway. Nah. I love that the spider makes that web on the wall and it just makes the enemy get trapped in it. That's so cool, man. I really hope that this gameplay is very, very engaging. That's all I hope for. I want the gameplay to be engaging. I want it to be rewarding. I want it to be fun. I want it to be the kind of game that makes me want to go back and play it forever and ever and ever. I've been playing Bayonetta 1 for 8 years. 8 freaking years. And even though I do still play Bayonetta 2, I'm not obsessed with Bayonetta 2 the way I am with 1. And I really hope Bayonetta 3 manages to scratch that missing itch. That's all I want. That's all I want. Oh my God. It is just... God. I honestly can't believe we're living in a timeline where we get a third Bayonetta game. No matter what I'll say about Bayonetta 2, just the fact that we have a new game to talk about... Oh my God, man. I can't wait for the future. You know that I'm going to be streaming this game. You know that, right? You know I'm going to do a blind run for Bayonetta 3 and I'm going to start documenting everything I can find with the game, right? If this game tickles my fancy, I might probably do some tutorials, maybe do some gameplay analysis. And if the game does have multiplayer, because Bayonetta 2 has tag climax, whoo boy, you know I'm going to be doing them the multiplayer streams as well. I want to be more involved with the audience. I don't get to stream very often these days because I have a busy life, but little by little, once I start to collect everything together and I start to have more time, I'm going to start throwing out way more content. Just, oh my God. I'm I'm just happy, man. It's like I said earlier in the stream. We can breathe a sigh of relief. You know, we don't have to worry about whether or not this game is in danger. It's not in danger. It's not canceled. It's not scrapped. Here it is. Bayonetta 3 in the flesh. So ya thought ya might like to go to the show. Anyway.
It seems I'm unfashionably late.
Setnaro X, I sent you some trailers observation on Twitter. Check them out. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll start checking it out. So, all right, guys. I definitely feel like I've analyzed as much as I could with this video. It's a very wonky analysis, okay? If I had more time, I probably would. And I do have time, but right now I'm feeling like playing Bayonetta 1 right now. So if you guys stick around, I'm just going to go ahead and boot up Bayonetta 1 right now and just start playing Angel Slayer. Hold on. Let me fix a few things. Alright. I'm going to boot up Bayonetta 1 and I'm just going to continue goofing around with that game. This is going to be a platinum game. Absolutely. Absolutely it's going to be a platinum game. I just want to say thank you guys so very much for stopping on by to watch me stream. It means the world to me. I just want to throw that out right now because holy shit, I don't often get this kind of audience. Lots of people don't give a shit what I do. Or at least sometimes I get the feeling that people don't give a shit what I do. I mean, if you guys aren't aware... By the way, hold on. Before I continue. Hold on. I do want to show you guys one more thing for those of you who stopped on by. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I am putting together a new collaboration video for a new Bayonetta combo collab video where you are free to send your combo clips to me so that I can put it together into one colossal video. This is going to be a sequel to the first collab video that I did a couple of years ago. So if you guys think you're really good at this game and you have some really cool combos you want to share, please send them to me. I would love to put it in the final video. All you gotta do is record a clip from either Bayonetta 1 or 2. The maximum is 4 clips. And just DM the clip to me. You can put it on Google Drive or any other shit, you know? Any free camera mods? Unfortunately, no. I looked into it. There are some mods, but they don't work as well as it should. Trust me, I've looked everywhere for some good mods for that. Because if I ever make another collab, and you bet your ass I'm going to make a new collab to include Bayonetta 3, I want to get in touch with some animators to help me animate a new intro for the collab. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. That's not stuff you need to know until I start working on that new collab. So, let me go ahead and boot up some Bayolante.
Sega.
Hold on. Huh. I don't have Bayonetta included here. Hold on a sec. I'm going to put that in right now. Bayonetta. Capture specific window. And that window is Bayonante. Do not capture the cursor. There we go. I kind of get the feeling that it could be the last game. I know there are people out there that want Bayonetta to keep going and going and going. I'm the kind of person that prefers that a game ends on a good note. You don't need a series to last forever. You just need a series to have a big impact on you. Hold on. You guys see the game, right? Let me know if you guys can see the game. Dude, you can't take what Kamiya says. Kamiya always says he wants to do things, but just because he wants to do it doesn't necessarily mean he can. I mean, he's always wanted to make a Jeanne spin-off, a Wonder Blue spin-off. So far, that's not stuff he's able to do. See, here's the thing. I don't want, like, Kamiya can say he wants to make a 4. That doesn't matter. I prefer that they work on games and give it the treatment where they give it their best to treat it like if it was the last game. That's more important than just giving us a cliffhanger, because then we're left waiting for the what if. I mean, remember when DMC4 came out and we were left hanging for so long because we didn't know if if DMC5 would ever come out? Holy shit, man, that was some horrible times. But if we do get a Bayonetta 4, awesome! That's 10 more years of development going smoothly. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick out my usual bread and butters. Also, I'm a little rusty because I haven't played Bayonetta for a good while. So, I'm sorry for showing you guys terrible gameplay. I'm just so happy, man. Holy crap. You know, we don't have to worry anymore. We're finally gonna get some new Bayonetta 3 stuff in the future, and it's so close. So far, so good. If you guys have any weapons you want me to mess around with, go ahead and request. Oh yeah, and if you guys have any opinions about Bayonetta 3, drop them here. Now's your chance to speak up more. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Hate those random missiles. That Bayo 3 looked cool. Bayo looks pretty different. Some people have pointed out, but it actually could be the alternate universe Bayo, not the same one. Yeah, that's what I was saying. How to properly use the ice skates? Sure. Let's see. Ice skates, they're a little weird to use. But something to keep note of is that the ice skates have a special move that you can pull off. When you're skating at high speed, you'll notice this little wind behind your skates. When you see that wind, let go of the stick and let Bayonetta slide across, and then press the kick button. Outside of that, she just has like really cool freezing kicks. Trying to pure plat Isla del Sol killed so much of my desire to play Bayo 1. Yeah, I know that feeling. Took me about a week to do a pure platinum run for that one, just so I could post that video on YouTube. For those of you who are new to my channel, you should know by now that I love Bayonetta, so I like to show off a lot of cool Bayonetta clips. I don't just do pure platinum videos, I also do combo videos for Bayonetta. But because there hasn't really been much for me to do with Bayonetta, I also focus on other games like Wonderful 101, a game that I happen to be super obsessed with. I actually think Wonderful 101 may be a lot better than Bayonetta, but that's my own opinions. In my personal opinion, doing a pure platinum run in Wonderful 101 is a lot more fun than doing a pure platinum run in Bayonetta. I love doing Wonderful 101 pure plat runs. Man, those shoot 'em ups are not wonky. It just takes practice to really get a handle on. I made a video tutorial about it if you want to learn more about the shoot 'em up segments. Hey DJ Rapscallion, welcome to the stream. I just finished analyzing the trailer for Bayonetta 3, so you'll have to watch that on demand if you want to know my opinions about it. But so far, I am excited for what we have in store. It looks like they're going for a very different route with Bayonetta 3, and it's one that I'm a little cautious about, but for the most part, it looks like it'll be something that'll be engaging. Again, I keep messing up some of my moves here, so sorry. Yeah, no, it really does look like something that they're taking cues from Scalebound. Ah, no! I hate those feathers. It's cool that they're reviving those concepts. Yeah, definitely. I really think it's a good idea that they try to take back some of the stuff that they lost. And yeah, I am super excited to play Bayonetta 3, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are saying it looks like Astral Chain, but that's because like all of the games from PlatinumGames look very similar if you have a keen eye. It's like I said when the trailer began. It looks like they're using the same models, texture, and color from other games like Metal Gear Rising and Vanquish. That's not a coincidence. It's just the fact that PlatinumGames uses the same engine across all of these games. They modify them a little bit like what they did with Astral Chain, but for the most part, they use somewhat the similar visuals that we've seen over the years. Bruh, a platinum crossover would actually be an amazing experience. How would you do that though? Considering all the games have a very distinct way of playing, how would you do a platinum crossover? I guess the only way you could make a platinum crossover is if you just make it like Anarchy Reigns, where everyone's beating the shit out of each other and they all have their own distinct combos. And they better throw in the Transformers and Korra if we're gonna have a crossover. I would love to see Korra fighting against Bayonetta. I want to see how that turns out. Man, I was obsessed with Metal Gear Rising when it came out too. Funny story, that also happened to be my very first time playing a Metal Gear game. But after I played Metal Gear Rising, I made it a point to experience the entire Metal Gear franchise. Well, the large majority of them. And so I was very happy to have experienced it by picking up the Legacy Collection that came out for the PS4. No, not the PS4, the PS3. And that Legacy Collection is so good, man. It allowed me to play 1, 2, 3, 4, along with Peace Walker. Everything was laid out beautifully for me to experience. Maybe they could do a Capcom fighting jam with each character their own mechanics, it would be a nightmare to balance though. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, PlatinumGames aren't exactly well known for balancing their gameplay either. I mean, look at the freaking Vorkken DLC. Vorkken just powers through the entire fucking game. I did an entire Let's Play for that, if you guys are curious to see how fucking powerful Vorkken really is. Oh god, now I'm imagining Optimus Prime doing... Oh my god, you just reminded me of something. Hold on. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I have this amazing picture that I want to show just to you if I could find it. Hold on. Oh boy. Time to dig into my old archives. See if I can find it. I might not be able to find it because I have a shit ton of old pictures that I saved over the years. I want to find it. Hold on. Because it's such a fabulous picture. How do you play as Vorkken, by the way? I booted up Wonderful 101 lately, but don't see the option. First of all, you have to buy the DLC. It's not free, but it's $1. Oh boy, man, if I can't find the picture tonight, I'm probably just gonna post it on my Twitter because it's such an amazing picture. I have to find it though. It's such a great picture. It's a bummer that Hellena Taylor may not be reprising the role. I mean, a lot of people are questioning it right now. I can't tell. It sounds like her, but it also doesn't sound like her. Assuming that Hellena Taylor was insinuating that she wasn't returning, then yeah, it's a best bet that she's not returning. Hopefully, this means that the new actress does a good job of portraying Bayonetta's role. I mean, you know, in the end, voice work is a very touchy thing, and replacing a person with another person always sucks. I mean, how do you think I feel when I've gone through 3 different voice actors for Sonic the Hedgehog? And I love Sonic a lot. I can't find the picture. I'm sorry. I can't be spending too much time looking for that picture. Let me just jump back into Bayonetta. By the way, hold on. I should let you know, don't buy the DLC just yet unless you've already unlocked the other characters in the game, because there's currently a glitch. There's currently a glitch where if you get the Vorkken DLC before you get all the achievement, there's a chance that your game can crash when you unlock achievements. So I would say don't get Vorkken until you get all the achievements in the game. Don't get Vorkken if you intend to get all the achievements. Only when you get all the important achievements, then you should go ahead and buy Vorkken, because there's a weird glitch that Vorkken just ruins. Vorkken ruins the achievement progress for whatever dumb reason, and I know PlatinumGames acknowledge that, and they're doing their best to fix it ASAP. I really hope that they fix everything that Wonderful 101 has, because Wonderful 101 is loaded with so many bugs that even to this day, after the game was released, we still have the same problems, man. And I mean, I love the new stuff they've been adding, like the new time attack mode, the new Vorkken mode. But man, like they really need to stop just adding stuff and fix the game while they're at it, please. Yeah, it's crazy. I already pointed it out to PlatinumGames, and I know Kamiya mentioned that they're going to try to fix it as fast as they can. honestly, I want to cosplay Wonderful 101 in general. Plus, the morphs will be fun to make. Man, I hope that when I finally lose the rest of the fat that I have here, because I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. I know most of you do. I have been on a journey to lose weight. And for the past 6 years, I've been working hard to drop a lot of weight. And I've lost a total of 120 pounds. So now I'm at the very end where all I need to do is lose 10 more pounds and I'll have a normal looking body. And I want to be able to cosplay some cool shit after I look good, you know? After I start looking better than I am now. Oh my god, I can never tell when these enemies are going to throw that stupid projectile to me. And I'm losing so much health. Oh my god! Around Christmas, I'm going to show you my final progress picture because damn man, I'm just so proud of the work I've been doing. I've been doing everything I can to just improve myself, you know? I want to be a better person. Not just a better looking person with weight loss, but just being better in general. I want to have a much more positive outlook on life because, seriously, there's been so many terrible shit going on in my life. And rather than moping about that, I'd rather just try to do what's best for myself. That's part of the reason why I've been on this routine to lose weight. And that's why I bought games like Ring Fit. I've been playing Ring Fit a lot, and that game is so good when it comes to like keeping me motivated to lose weight. Also, I'm a little distracted, that's why I keep messing up, so I'm totally sorry if I'm not going to do a full run of Angel Slayer, but I don't intend to do a full run. I'll probably stop as soon as I reach this particular Jeanne fight, and then after that I'm going to call it a night. But before I go, I know somebody asked a question on how do you do taunt offsets? Which, you know, I will explain that in about 1 second. Oh, I loved them. A mí me gustó el trailer, ¿ok? Era lo mejor. Yo sé que tú estás feliz por ver los nuevos videos. ¿Cómo es que se dice? Perdón, porque aquí mi español no es tan bueno. Pero yo sé que tú estás feliz del mundo que ya vimos Bayonetta 3. Qué exagerado, ¿verdad? Mucha gente no se dan cuenta que yo puedo hablar español, pero es porque yo casi no hablo español. La única vez que yo hablo español es en mi compañía. Yo vivo en Miami, así que tú sabes, yo estoy trabajando con gente que viene de Cuba y mi familia viene de El Salvador, así que yo soy salvadoreño. Get out of here. Hold on a sec. Let me check the chat. Ajá, sí, me gustó mucho. Terminó la espera. Exacto, exacto. Ya no tenemos que estar esperando tanto. Ya tenemos mucho material para qué hablar. Es lo mejor. It's the best. Damn, I did not see that coming. And I messed up. Alright. I wasn't really intending on doing a full run because believe me, whenever I want to do a full run, I have to prepare myself ahead of time. And I was not prepared to just jump in, but I just wanted to get my mind off a few things. And well, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. This was a pretty short stream overall. I think I've only been streaming for about an hour and a half now. So, you know, what more is there to say? We did it, guys. The wait is almost done. We finally got to see Bayonetta 3 footage, and oh, I'm sorry. There's one last thing I should do. Somebody was asking me about how to do taunt offset. So, okay, look, I'm gonna go over this as quick as I can because I will wrap this up soon. But essentially, you know how to do dodge offset, right? All you got to do is hold down your attack buttons and then dodge, right? I mean, the same principle works where instead of dodging, you press the taunt button instead. That's all you need to do. I think in some cases you don't actually need to hold down the button. Yeah, you don't actually need to. Just taunt immediately after the end of one button, and then make sure that the next button you press is the follow-up to your combo. So for example, if I'm doing a punch, kick, punch combo, I do punch, kick, taunt, punch. Super easy to do. There is news, right? There is actually news. You know, that's it. The joke about how we waited 1,300 days is gone. The jokes about how Bayonetta is just canceled is gone. The jokes about how Bayonetta was just a figment of our imagination is gone. The joke that that Bayonetta 3 was just the friends we made along the way is gone. Although, to be honest, we did make friends along the way. But yeah, the wait is over. Well, we still gotta wait for the game to come out, but because we have this new information, that means that now we're gonna start hearing even more stuff along the way. You know that in the next Direct, whenever the next Nintendo Direct will be, we're gonna see more about Bayonetta. You know, and I can't wait to see the crew actually talk about the gameplay. And I'm gonna do my best to analyze the gameplay. And maybe after this stream is done, I'm gonna try to make a much more coherent video where I get to talk about the game in details, but I'm not sure if I'll do that. I don't know if I have time. I'm pretty sure I already got to say what I had to say right now, but if anything more pops up, I'll definitely make another stream. And for those of you guys out there that are watching the stream right now, I thank you all so very, very much that you guys took the time out of your busy schedule to watch me be a little idiot and just talk about Bayonetta. That's all I love doing. I mean, outside of Bayonetta, I love talking about Wonderful 101, and I like talking about other types of action games. At some point in the future, I do intend to make more content. I will be streaming more games. I do plan on doing more blind run streams. I'm planning on doing a No More Heroes run in the future, starting with part 1, working my way up to 3 because I've never played any of the No More Heroes game. And absolutely, I'm going to do a stream for Bayonetta 3 once that game comes out. So until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. And as always, stay wonderful. You guys have a good day, a good afternoon, and a good night. Peace out, my friends.
I know that you'll be back.